soup and some other lunch items, but mainly oxtail soup. This is 2.2 pounds, so we're gonna experiment with that. But first, what we want to do is we want to get a parboiling. So parboiling basically is you boil something, and you like it helps to get rid of the impurities in the meat. So that's our first step. Get a nice parboil going on. Let's see, we'll use this. And where's a good cover for this? Will this cover it? Yeah, we cover with that. So let's get a nice parboil going on. Just gonna take this, pretty standard, just take this, dump it in with some cold water. I hope this all fits. No, we might need a bigger container here. Let's try. I just want to use a small container for the parboil first. This doesn't have to be too intense, but get some cold water. We're actually only going to do this for like 10-15 minutes. And honestly, this part's going to be pretty quick. Really just getting our parboil on, start the boil, get our nice chunk of oxtails in here. Love oxtail soup. The first time I discovered oxtail soup as a curry, I absolutely fell in love with it. It was a Jamaican oxtail curry. It was the most delicious thing I've ever had. Because the meat on an oxtail is just so tender. It's just amazing. And honestly, this is probably too much water, so I'm going to empty out a little bit of water here. A lot of extra volume in this oxtail. A lot more than I expected, so let's go ahead and dump this. No seasonings or anything. I'm just going to put it in here and let it boil. Let it boil. Here we go. Let it boil.
Hi. Hi, beautiful. Hello, beautifuls.
There we go. Get that power burner on. And we're going to let it boil from cold. So let this basically just sit and boil. And in the meantime, we can prep some veggies here. So let's chop some veggies that we're going to need. What's up, Scout? How you doing? You're gonna try to bother me while I paint? I mean, while I prep some food? So this oxtail should pretty much boil for like, until it gets to a boil, and then like another 10-15 minutes is from what I understand. But let's also get some veggies chopped up. And get a nice big pot for our soup. Nice big pot here. Gotta give this another clean. All right, Sham Sanurin. Sophia says hi. Hello. All right, let's go like this.
I love the chirping. Yes, he's so chirping.
Gotta start to clean our dish again. Give it another extra wipe down. Does anybody actually have a dishwasher that like never leaves? That's just like perfect. I don't know. I can't say I've ever had like a good dishwashing machine that does a good job. All right, this is gonna be our main pot. Let's get some veggies taken care of. Oh my, that's crazy. That's funny. You are the face of the nun.
Well, that's not what it's supposed to be.
Oh, look at all these veggies we got. Amazing. Scallions, the bok choys, the big bok choy, and cilantro. Perfect.
Yeah, I couldn't find the radishes.
So we got our cilantro, our bok choy. Bok choy we can just store in the fridge. We don't need to do anything with this.
Some of those radishes tomorrow.
What I do need is some lemons. We're gonna do a little lemon slice. Here, this will make a great lemon slice here. You know what, these scallions, kind of old. Yeah, we should dump the
Oh, I got
scallions.
some new ones.
Kind of.
You saw those, right? The new ones?
Yeah. We'll do the new scallions. Alright, let's see. What do I need to chop right now? What I need to chop right now is some of these veggies. So, you know what? We could chop up some of the cilantro and keep it. Some of the green onions, and we'll keep the green onions too. So let's do that. Let's do the green onions first. And just some veggie prep for the day. You know, veggie prep for the day, the afternoon, tomorrow, the day after. There's no annoying rubber band. Perishable, keep refrigerated. It doesn't say wash. So, can I assume that these have been washed? These look washed. They look nice and clean. No extra pieces. So let's go ahead and work with this. Let's get a nice little Ziploc bag. And here we go. Let's just cut some of these veggies up. What, Pookie? So where do I go for my recipes now, actually? I actually use ChatGPT for cooking recipes. I mix it between ChatGPT and Facebook. So I look up like reels from Facebook for ideas, and then like I get a more direct recipe from ChatGPT. Why do I use ChatGPT? Because even though I don't fully trust ChatGPT for accuracy, it's annoying because Facebook reels, like some of them, they make you go like to visit a website, and then you gotta comment. You know, you gotta do this weird comment thing, like comment here for recipe, and I don't have time to wait for someone to send me a recipe. And then if it's a bot, then I don't want to deal with it. So, you know, not every Facebook page is like that, but a lot of them are now. A lot of the recipe ones are. So, it's my protest against YouTube bot or Facebook bot channels. All right. So anyway, by the way, I did meet this person. And she said that she owns this business, this content business. And basically she has a farm. She has a farm of people living in this like random country somewhere. And basically all they do is they run a bunch of recipe websites, and they use recipe websites, and they use, what do you call it? They use an AI to just come up with food recipes, and that's how they publish it. And they apparently don't even like really double check. They don't actually test the recipes. They just publish them, and if it sounds right, they'll go with it. So, you know, knowing that, I almost feel like as if you're looking for a recipe, you might as well just use ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is most like others. A lot of these websites are probably just pulling off of ChatGPT anyway. Is this boiling yet? Alexa, set timer for 15 minutes. All right, let's see. Let's chop up some cilantro. Let's chop up our cilantro. So David wants to know, have I ever been to prison? Have I ever got my freedom taken away? What makes you ask that question? It's a very interesting question. What makes you want to know? What makes that something that you're curious about today? So I really just want to chop these cilantros into nice thin pieces because, you know, we can use this, save it for later. I love cilantro. Some people don't. They can't do cilantro, but I had a boss that couldn't do cilantro. We're chopping them nice and thin, and we're gonna throw them into. I like how people ask questions. They ask me to do something, and they don't even stick around for the result. It's interesting. Live streaming is an interesting activity. Or I guess if you like don't respond in a timely manner, people just leave. I get it. I've done that before. You know, there's so many people in a live stream and you just don't think you're going to get the attention you want. Been there, I get it. Oh, cilantro smells so dang good. My goodness. I love cilantro, yes.
Okay, I'm going.
All right.
I was in my car.
So you'll probably be back in 3 hours? 2 hours?
No, I have to get ready. It'll be an hour and 15. And I'll get ready to go. I don't have anything to wear, but I will get ready to go. You can kiss me.
Oh, okay.
Hi, everybody. You want to see us kiss?
Scott, what you doing up here, dude?
Oh, I'll eat some peanut butter. Maybe
Nice.
it'll be better.
Non-drippy?
I don't know.
It's the drippy one.
Right.
I don't like drippy peanut butter.
I know. Well, they had some that said you have to stir it. I didn't get this. I mean, it's organic, but
I don't like drippy peanut butter. But thank you for the thought.
yes.
I'm not going to
I
eat
don't know
it.
if it's drippy.
We're not going to use it, but whatever.
What? I'm not gonna use what?
The peanut butter. I don't like drippy peanut butter.
Well, I don't know if it's drippy.
It is drippy. You can see it. Look at it. It's swirling around in there.
Look, the other one said they were drippy. This one doesn't say that. Well, we'll find out, right?
You can already see it.
You want the ones with artificial ingredients?
It means no drippy peanut butter.
Okay, well, you have to buy your own. I need to drippy. Not my story. I got more jobs. Okay, about to go.
Alexa, how much time is left on the timer? Alright, I'm not chopping the zucchini too thin.
More
Just-
paper towels. Wipe your hands.
It's my freezer bag. You know, I think this is good just to have for like sauteing and stuff. A nice little freezer bag of zucchinis or any vegetable. Maybe not any vegetable. I don't know the science behind what vegetables to freeze versus what vegetables to, you know, keep unfrozen. I'm gonna guess zucchinis are okay. What is this? I don't know what's in there. So let's just hold our zucchini on a platter somewhere. Alexa, how much time is left on the timer? Alright, so we still got some boiling time with our other thing here. And pretty simple, chopping the zucchini. I wanted like a meaty vegetable. What I mean by a meaty vegetable is this, literally like a vegetable that's just like you eat the whole thing. It's not leafy. There's no leaf. It's just, you know, the meat of the inside of the vegetable. Does anybody know if you're supposed to chop off these tips? I don't, so I'm just gonna leave it on. And here's something else we need. We need a lemon peel, the peel of a lemon. So let's rinse this off. A little dab of soap just to wipe around it. Because this is going to help flavor our soup. That's the point of the lemon peel, is to help flavor our soup here. I don't actually know how to slice, get a peel, so let me just do this nice and slow here. You know what, I'm just going to cut it in half, lengthwise.
Is this my phone? Yeah.
And then, let's see here. You know what, we cut a quarter, and we're just going to take that whole peel. Let's find a peel here.
All right.
So we're just gonna use one peel. Yo, Omizu, again. Omizu, we meet again. All right, so we're gonna put this lemon in here. Drop this, drop that. We can save these lemons for our lobster. We're gonna do a surf and turf type of dinner. Alexa, how much time is left on the timer? 6 minutes and 47 seconds. So what are we actually going to drop into our broth? So let's dump that water out. We're going to throw a lemon peel in here for the broth. We're going to throw some star anise. Apparently this is important. So star anise. Where is it? Where's my star anise? They say 2, but I'm going to dump in 3. I'm going to dump in 3 star anises. 1, 2. You don't want too many. These are very strong, fragrant things. So 3 star anises. Let's see what other ingredients are back there. Steak seasoning. Got some ground cumin. You know what? I'm going to throw a little bit of cumin in here. Oh, no. It's going to change the flavor too much. A dab of MSG. We'll do some chili peppers. Some chili. A little hint of chili in there. I would love some more leaves, like more leafy things, but I don't really have too many leafy things. So we're going to throw in our Italian herb blend. And let's see what else, what other flavors would actually go good with this. Here we go. chicken broth. So let's throw in some chicken broth here. Just the rest of our chicken broth, I guess. Just for the extra meaty flavor. And let's see what else. What else would be good? Who's got ideas? How about a tiny dab of fish sauce? Just for the saltiness. Just a little tiny bit. Fish sauce? Why not? A little dab, a splash of fish sauce. Maybe a little bit more. Let's do. We'll hit the fish sauce. Got ideas. MSG. Got any licorice? No, I think star anise is a good licorice substitute. That's a good idea though, because star anise I think pretty much fills that gap. We're definitely gonna throw in some garlic and olive oil. So olive oil and garlic is gonna go in there. Quite a lot actually. Throw in a lot. Nice big chunk of olive oil and garlic. Just because we got to get rid of this jar of garlic confit. Throw in some miso. No, we got this tiny little jar of sake. Let's throw in a little bit of sake into this. Sake. Splash of sake. Real sake. No, let's just pour the whole thing. Why not? Real sake. And some sesame oil, of course. Splash of sesame oil. We're going to do a big thing of miso paste. Did I already answer Dave's question? What's David's question? No, I didn't answer David's questions. I asked him why he was asking me. And, you know, I just felt like before I answer a question, I should figure out what the question is about. Why do you want to know? Are you the police? Are you investigating me? Is this for a job? Like... You know, some questions are illegal. You're trying to apply for a job. I actually don't know if being asked if you've ever been arrested for is illegal, but is he an investigator? What is he? Who's David? Why should I answer to David? Have I ever been arrested before? Ooh, and you know what? I don't know what this is, if it's honey or maple syrup. How do you tell the difference between honey and maple syrup? I think that's maple syrup, so let's throw in a little bit of honey just for sweet flavoring. Add a little sweetness into our soup. Alexa, how much time is left on the timer? Alexa, off. Oh, y'all can't see what I'm doing over here. Right, we got our star anise, we put that in there. Just throwing a hint of white pepper. Got a hint of white pepper in here. And now what's happening right here? So as you can see, what we did was we boiled our oxtail, and now we need to empty this. We need to clear out all the yuckiness stuff on top. So here, let's do this. We're just gonna aim it at the at our dirty sink right now. We're gonna empty this. Oh no! I'm gonna wash that piece off. Haha. Just wash that piece off. A little rinse. Hot, 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 hot. Hot, steaming. All right, so we're just rinsing this off real quick. Rinsing, rinse, rinse. All right, let's look at this broth right here. Got this broth right here that we're going to, this is the base that we've been building. And now that we've got these things done, let's go ahead and fill this up with water. I'm gonna go fill it up with some water. We're just gonna let it sit at a nice simmer, maybe a little bit more water. Oh, it smells so good already. So we're just gonna let this sit at a nice simmer for like 2 hours. So we're just gonna, and then we're gonna go paint. So let's see, ignite, and let's just, we're gonna let it be here for a minute. We're gonna and just watch it. Kind of keep an eye to see how hot we need to get it. So just stick it on high heat. Hungry for a pork belly night? Nope, not tonight. No pork belly tonight. Pork belly, we're doing lobster and oxtail noodle soup. So that makes me think that at some point I need to prepare the noodles. So I should get a dish ready for that. And we're definitely going to throw in our cilantro, our other ingredients. Cilantro, scallions. Oh, maybe, oh, you know what I'm missing? Onions. I don't want to forget that. So we need to throw some onions in here. I almost forgot to throw in our like a main soup ingredient, which is onion. This helps to set the flavors. So that's like about a whole onion right there. So we use our frozen onions. It's about a whole onion. There we go. That's good. And it already smells really good. Use a whole onion. You know what? Let's throw in some other aromatic flavors here. I'll throw in some aromatics, is what they call them. So like a half quarter of a, whatever this is, a quarter of a shallot. Get our aromatic going. And you know what? I think I could throw in my scallions right now, just for the flavors. So let's just toss in our scallions right now. We're gonna cook our scallions with everything, just for the flavors, you know? Let the flavors really soak with the meat. And I don't want to cook it too high, too hot, really nice and slow heat. But I'm waiting to, it's tough for me to gauge this because I have three different burners on my stove. I've got a power burner, like a regular burner, and then like a super low simmer burner. But it's just hard for me to know which one's best for what I need to do. And sometimes the simmer feels too low, so I have to keep it on like the standard burner. But you just never know these days with technology. And let's try to center this. We're gonna center this right there. Okay. So let's see how that goes. So we got the flavors in there. What else? Is there anything else we're missing? Got the flavors. That's what we need, right? Flavors. You know what? Maybe we need to stir it up a little bit. So we do need something to stir it. So just get a nice stirrer here. Let's just get this stirred up a little bit, get our meat going, get our flavors, you know, mixed in. And it's looking like a nice clear broth so far, exactly what we want. Just a nice clear broth that goes well with oxtail. And then by the end, within the next 2 hours, hopefully it becomes this fall off the bone soup that we can eat with lobster and noodles. Which I think lobster I need about 15 to 20 minutes to steam. So I need to get a couple things ready actually before I start painting so that I can work really smoothly and easily. So let me get a few things ready. I need a steamer. Steamer comes in so handy. Nice lobster steamer, and then something for the rice here. Get something for our rice. Where's our rice? Oh no, noodles. That's what I wanted, is noodles. So get a nice pot for our noodles. Make sure we have that. It's this one right here. Just leave this off to the side for now. Not urgent. So we know where it's all at and it's ready. I'm still waiting on this just to see where the temperature goes, to see if I get like the rate of my simmer here. Because I don't know exactly how much it's going to simmer. That's it. Now we wait. Just like painting. If you could cook, you can paint. Because so much of cooking is really being alert for the times that you need to be and then waiting for the right things. And honestly, I've only been doing these like cooking live streams for like a couple months. So who am I to say whether I'm a cook or not? I think I cook pretty well. Better than average. I think I'm better than average cook. So just knowing that, I feel qualified to comment on some things. But would I make it on the bear, or would I make it? Would Anthony Bourdain approve of my food? Would I pass a test with that guy who visits all the restaurants and checks out if they're kosher or not? Maybe not. But because my cats like to jump on the table when I cook. Alexa, how much time is left on the timer?
You don't know timer set.
Alexa, set timer for 2 hours.
2 hour timer started.
All right, let me see what ChatGPT says about cooking steaming lobster. How long do I need to steam lobster for? Where's my cell phone? What? Wow. Hey, Pookie, what's for dinner tonight, huh? Can you tell the world what's for dinner tonight? I like to make sure that she's still the same cat, so I sniff her. Cat. I love my cat. Gosh. They have something called like petting aggression, like when you aggressively pet your pets. So I need about 15 to 20 minutes for our lobster. What is she going on about? Who likes when your cats do the eek eeks? Eek eek eeks. Why is this boil taking so long? So I got these sweet potato chips. I don't even like sweet potato chips. I don't like sweet potatoes. But somebody gave these to me as a gift, aka my mom sent me some. So I feel like I have to eat them, but I don't really like them. But if I did like sweet potatoes, I probably would like them. But thanks anyways, Mom. I'm waiting for this to finally simmer. Doesn't seem to want to reach a point of simmering. I feel like I can't really leave the kitchen now because if I want to get this just right, I want to let it simmer on low heat. Some mistakes that I usually make is that the heat that I use is a little too high for a simmer. And I think that toughens the meat. So I'm a little concerned about overboiling this. So I'm just waiting here. I'm waiting for something to happen to the water. Ooh. You know what might be fun to add? These are like these interesting breadcrumbs that you add to soup. I could actually try this. These are like breadcrumbs. You add your soup and it adds flavor. Just might try these. I've had these for a while. I don't know the expiration date, but looks okay to me. Let's talk actual noodles. What kind of noodles am I going to use? We're going to go Asian style, and we're going to use our organic somen noodles. And that's that, just organic somen. You know what, since this is boiling, I might as well taste test the broth here. Do a little taste test of broth, see what else is needed. I'm sure the broth flavors are starting to soak in, the onion flavors, the broth flavors, everything starting to soak in, so. Ooh, kind of light. Honestly, the flavor's a little bit light. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Use a little bit more salt. I'm gonna clean off the spoon. Use a little bit more salt. I think it definitely needs some more salt here. And the best salt seasoning is probably soy sauce. If you need a salty flavor, use some soy sauce. Let's put in some extra soy sauce in here, not too much. And a splash of vinegar. I love vinegar. And vinegar is like good for you. Well, I guess apple cider vinegar is supposedly good for you. White vinegar, I don't know. But it just needs some more. It needs some more flavor. Honestly, I might even throw in the rest of this honey. Where's that honey? Let's see, how do we get some more fiery flavors? Oh, we need ginger. That's right. Gotta get some ginger here. I don't have real ginger, so I gotta use like ground ginger. I think that'll really kick it up. That's why we taste test. All right. So what we got going on? We got our oxtail soup, but I'm waiting for it to start simmering because I have these like different stovetops, and like I just don't know. Like there's like 3 different settings, and each one is a different setting. I just don't know if this one is strong enough to simmer, and I see it starting to boil, so I don't want to overheat it. So as it starts to boil, I might reduce the heat, and I want to just find it like a nice low temperature to keep it at. I can see it starting to, do its thing, starting to boil finally. So let's go ahead and even reduce this temperature a little bit. And even as this happens, I want to get rid of some of the stuff that floats to the top, the impurities from the meat. Which, there's not that much because we parboiled it, but every once in a while, you know what? There's not that much right now, except maybe right here. And right here. A little bit. Just little bits here. Let's go. Let's use a little strainer spoon thing. Scoop them out. Basically wherever like these little bubbles and meat particles start to form. I can see that's still pretty high right now, so let's go ahead as far as the temperature for this goes. Because it's boiling, it's not simmering, so I want it to simmer. I want it to just be like a nice low simmer. So let's bring this to medium low, low medium. So prep time actually took like, about an hour. But mostly because we're waiting for this to simmer. Let's get this star anise pushed in here. That star anise pushed in here. Let's do a little taste test of this. Another little taste test. Where's my spoons? It's our official taste testing spoon here. Really just looking for the flavor. That's pretty good, actually. A little bit vinegary. Could use a little bit more savory. So let's punch this up a bit more. Our secret garlic and herb seasoning. Throw in a little bit more salt. And let's see, what are we doing here? More dashes of MSG. Just to bring out the flavors of the meat. We'll stir this up. It's just like it's got like a vinegary slash sweet flavor from all the honey, but it's not quite hitting that savory flavor point that I like. So I'm trying to find a good in between here. Trying to find that in between flavor. that perfect combination of like sweet and savory. If we could hit it, if we can hit it, maybe we can't because of the lemon citrus. But this looks like a good simmering temperature. So I guess right now we just leave it untouched for a little while. Just make sure it doesn't accidentally start to boil over. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Nice little simmer. All right, you know what? It's on a nice little boil, so let's go ahead and start to do some painting, huh? Let's do some painting. And let's go here. Actually, I don't need a reference for this. Can you believe that? I'm not using a reference for this painting. The reference is all in my head. So let's go like this. I like this like rougher look where everything is not totally filled in. And what are we gonna do? I need gloves. Let's work for like 45 minutes to an hour or something so that we could go back to the food and make sure that the food gets prepared. Okay, what do we want to paint here? We want to paint a person. We want to paint, let's do a person. Two guys with gray hair. Their legs are going to be coming down right here. And I want to use a stiff brush here. We're going to use a stiffer brush than usual to paint this. My old stiff brushes. And let's see if we can get some effects with this. Let's see, what other brushes do I have that are really stiff that can possibly work? All these old retired brushes that are just totally unusable. But I guess that's what they're for, right? Moments like these when you want that quality. So let's go like this. We're just gonna use, you know what? I want something stiff, but not that stiff. So torso, right around where the crotch is about one half of the body, right? The crotch usually ends at about the half the body point. So right here, goes up here and then around. So this should be where the heads are, roughly. So let's start with dragging some grays. Let's drag a nice gray, highlighted gray across here. Let's see if we can find an interesting loose design. Let's see. Legs from the tip of the knee, bottom of the knee is gonna come like right here, and then the knee is gonna come up. Crotch is like right there, this area, and then crotch going back. So the head should be about right here. That actually makes sense. Let's go with another guy. No, I can make them longer. This might be a little too. Maybe I need to make these guys a bit longer. No, because if they stand up, no, they stand up, they're gonna be full height. So we're gonna go like crotch, legs, foot right down here to the crotch. I think the head needs to be down up here, actually. Most like more closer to here. So here we go. Right up there. Let's grab some super dark blues here. And we're gonna go, let's go, where's the head? He's gonna come around. I'm just sketching out his body here. Where's the head? I already lost it. The head's right there. So crotch right here. And then here we go. So that's going to be right in there. Let's go like this. And grab our black and gray. We're just mixing an interesting color here. And this is going to do this black right here. Let's go. I'm playing with some different ideas here, so this looks so cool. Thank you, thank you. This is like a nice shoe. Let's throw in some white into the face here. Actually, you know what? This is going to be the best. Let's go into the black with the hair here. Just barely notice the hair. And we're gonna go bring this down. Really just guesstimating at this face. Let's find some reds. You always need some reds. Let's find a nice red tie. Always gotta get that red tie right. I'm using like a really rough brush. Let's go. We're gonna go give this guy some eyebrows. So he's got the hair here, and he needs the eyebrows. There's some big eyebrows. Actually, you know, let's zoom in a little bit. Now let's go with the other guy. Let's, you know, start to shape this other figure right here. I'm gonna give him mostly a black outfit. And what am I looking at? I can't really see, honestly. I really can't. Can't really see what's going on underneath the legs here. I'm bringing our white here, just right into the neck. Give him a red tie as well. Let's see. Let's grab this blue here. Blue black. Let's see about his hair. Give him a bit more hair. Let's see what we could do about scraping. Let's do something weird, you know? Got to bring in some white here. All right, let's use a rag. Choose a nice rag. We're just gonna use our finger and just rag it up. You know, some other things I want to try. Let's use. So I met this artist. We're gonna use this card. The artist known as Nigel Cooper. There's no art on his thing, but I'm gonna use his business card. A nice little promo for him, I guess. We're gonna use this business card as a way to shape our design. So let's try that. Let's go like this. Let's go like this, and we're just gonna go. Ooh, that didn't do too well, huh? Let's get some eyes on this guy. I used to have a pack of sponges. Where'd my pack of sponges go? This pack of like a sea sponge. It's kind of cool. You start getting the shape there. almost a little bit of a waste of paint. Not totally, because we got somewhere. So let's go like this. I don't want to use this gentle brush. I only want to use materials that are either ruined. I'm going to use ruined materials. Not good materials. Like what is kind of cool, even though I got rid of most of the paint, it's almost like a waste. You know, it is almost a bit of a waste of paint. Is we're able to get this like ghostly effect here. This like ghostly look. So we're gonna do a nice blue highlight of. I'm gonna do some nice blue highlights right along their shoulders here. And let's do the same thing for our black. I want some black, dark black, or like highlighted black highlights on this other guy. And let's get, here we go. Here's an interesting brush. It's really stiff. It's all stuck together. Let's try something like roughing it up a little bit. Let's see what we can do. So we're gonna go, let's mess this up. We're gonna scrape it across our brush cleaner here. We're just gonna try to get it like jacked up. We're just gonna mess it up here. Twist and turn some of our brushes. Hopefully, you know, some of it gets stuck and splattered and messed up. I'm gonna go like this. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, get that brush messed up. Oh yeah, look at that. That's kind of cool. Let's see what kind of effect we can get by twisting this brush up, jamming it. Let's try to do something. What can I do right now? Where can I jam this? I want to jam this into something. No, let me choose a rag, a t-shirt. Let's use a t-shirt here. Just like press on it. I want to ruin this brush. It's not quite twisted up enough yet. You know what's funny is it kind of released the paint on the inside. And honestly, it feels like it's actually improving the brush. Let's go see if we can. There we go. Let's try to do something with this, huh? Fun. We need some white. Let's try to find our white here. Alexa, how much time is left on a timer? All right, let's go like this. grab our black. Need some black in this. Let's conjoin these two here. Let's get this other side going. Let's just drop in a little bit of blonde hair. Let's take this gold color. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're going with this. And there you go. Blushed on the face. And we're gonna do another woman. Ah, these are figures. Can you believe that? We're gonna do another woman. She's gonna be in here. She's gonna have a dress. Let's get our legs. We're gonna do a little crisscross here. And let's see. Let's use this brush and kind of scrape stuff around. Scalps. Scalps. Come on. You can't be here, dude. Come on, scalps. Scalps. Get out of here. Get out of here, buddy. Okay. Let's go with this. We're gonna go take this rag. Let's actually see what we can do with the rag. Let's do some swirls. So we start to create the form. It's kind of ghostly. It's interesting, right? There's like a ghostly form in this. And let's bring in a nice thick layer. Bring in a nice thick layer of paint here. Let's see. Let's drag in a magenta. So we're gonna use a tip of our finger right here. Literally just use our fingertip. Just drag this into the body here. We're going to take the other one. Let's grab a yellow. I'm going to grab a yellow and drag that into the body. Alexa, how much time is left on the timer? 1 hour and 4 minutes. All right, so I'm going to paint for another 30 minutes and then we'll get back to food. Get back to the food show. Let's do some palette knife stuff. In this next section, we're gonna add a little bit of red. Because why not? Just a little streak of red here. Here's a really stiff brush. Let's go ahead and grab. Let's grab something. Oh, look at that. Ferrule came right off. This needs to go in the trash because it's really sharp and pointy. I think this could last at least a little bit longer. Yeah, could be better. Gotta take this tiny brush. Let's go like this. Oh, here we go. We need some good yellow hair. Yellow is the color of the game. All right, let's get a. What do we want? Let's use this stiff baby brush. Super stiff baby brush. We need to add some lips and details like that. So we're gonna loosen it up just a little bit, but keep it stiff by just ruining it some more. Perfect idea, right? Great idea. Ruin some more. Now it's got this design. Ruin some more. Let's take this little sponge. Thanks, Sebastian. How you doing? I'm gonna take the sea sponge here. Take this little sea sponge. Let's just do something unusual here. We're gonna gotta scrape it across. Scrape that across, scrape that across. Let's actually grab some more red. Thanks, Sebastian. This will be for purchase soon enough. One day you shall be able to own yourself a piece of this painting as well. What do you like about it? What is enjoyable about this to you? All right, and here we go. We're gonna go bring in some eyes, some subtle eye details here. Nice deep black. We're just gonna do the black right here. Yeah, that's the style, huh? It's interesting. You like the style. Style is very important. You gotta have style. You know what I noticed about Francis Bacon's artwork is that his figures always had great hair. It's funny how you can learn about somebody just by seeing their many, many paintings. He obviously found hair very important. So it brings you in. What were you, out of curiosity, I hope you don't mind me asking, Sebastian. So obviously, if you're on YouTube, you could be scrolling thousands and thousands of different things, millions. Were you actually looking for artwork when you saw this, or did this just stop you while you were looking at, I don't know, a demo of tips and tricks on Diablo 4, making up a game, right? Were you actually looking for artwork, or did this happen to somehow make it into your universe? Because it stopped you. You just stopped mid. Try to find another really stiff brush. This brush by Rosemary & Co. is really stiff. Really stiff. So let's actually use a really stiff brush here. We're gonna go. Let's just ruin this brush. Why not? Ruin another brush. Let's just ruin all our brushes. Absolutely destroy them. We use our copper here. These are like little copper twisties here. Look at that, stuck in there. Bend and twist this. Let's see how this goes. It might be a little bit too big for what we're working on, but yeah. It'll be ready in about an hour. Less than an hour. Huh? Yeah. You know what actually works well with this? Blue. Blue. Let's do the reverse of this in blue. Let's go like this. Boom, 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 boom.
Doing some, oh, interesting. That's cool.
Yeah? You think so?
Yeah. Interesting. Nice day. It's nice to feel the breeze.
Yeah. I don't know where to take this. I think we should just leave these designs here. Let's just take another sponge here. Just bam. I don't know if that did anything. Is that you or Scout?
That was me. Yeah, I did find a dress I could wear. It's a little black dress.
All right, know what we should do right now? I want to paint the area around it, give it like a blue-gray. I think a blue-gray will be nice. Get a nice blue-gray here. Just for a base color. Just so we're not so distracted by everything that's going on around. Just want to get this color down. Grab some more of this Payne's gray, some more of this blue. Alexa, how much time is left on a timer? You know what? Let's bring in. Where's our Payne's Gray? Gonna lay down our Payne's Gray. Lay down some more of it. A lot more. A nice thick layer. It's nice and dark. You know what? I think it's time to go to food. This is one of those experimental paintings. We need time. We're gonna give ourselves some time just to figure it out. It's amazing how much longer your brushes last once you learn how to like effectively clean them. It took me a while. The thing is, I was always trying to find tricks. I was like baby oil. I used baby oil for a little bit, but that didn't work. And then I used like different types of soap. And I try to only clean with oil and not use mineral spirits. It just doesn't, you just got to go with the tried and true if you want to clean your brushes right. I mean, you don't have to clean your brushes right, but it's optional. If you want them to last a long time, then it's helpful. This is gonna go in the garbage for sure. These brushes need to be cleaned. We'll come back to this later. We'll see if we get anywhere. Highly, highly experimental. phone go? Gotta get back to cooking. This must have left it out there, so I can't take a photo. What? Remember when you were in third grade, you did painting for fun. Someone was really good at painting. Finger painting turned out really good. Nice. Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't need the best and biggest or perfect materials. You just need the right ones. The one that works for you. So let's get back to cooking. I'm gonna wash our hands real quick before we actually do this. So I think right now, as we do this, it's probably a good time to start. Should probably turn the temperature down a little bit. And then we're gonna start boiling our lobster water. So let's continue to let this simmer. It's looking fantastic. So we're gonna throw in some veggies now. We're gonna just throw in, let's see, we're gonna throw in our meaty veggies, so our this zucchinis. It's getting to go time now. Actually turn this up a little bit, because we just stuck in some new veggies. And let's do some baby bok choy. Let's see, washed, ready to use. All right, you know what? Let's just stick in the whole dang thing. Oh, we'll separate a couple pieces. We're not. Maybe a little bit separation can be helpful. Maybe on the big ones. Scratch that. Only on the really big ones, like this one. This one's big and chunky, so I'm gonna separate the bok choy. Oops. Like this. Dip that in there. We're gonna keep our bigger bok choys for later. And how about, let's go, it's another ingredient that we need. Oh yeah, cilantro. Let's throw cilantro in right now. A nice chunk of cilantro just for extra added flavoring. The whole thing in there. There we go. Cover that up. let's get this baby boiling so we can get our lobster. So we have 2 big whole lobsters. Maine lobsters from 99 Ranch Market. That's 3/4 of a pound. That's actually a pretty big lobster. We got these big old lobsters and we're just gonna steam them for like 5 minutes each. And we're gonna do some work on them. This right here, all that bok choy. So this is oxtail soup. We've had some oxtails simmering in here for a little over an hour now, and I can already see some of the meat just starting to come off the bone. You can see some of the pieces just floating. I'm gonna turn this up maybe a little bit more in a minute. I want to let the flavors simmer and soak into our veggies. So we're having like a surf and turf oxtail soup with lobster. Whole lobster, whole Maine lobster. That's a rare treat. You don't usually get that. You can't find those 2 in a restaurant. That's why you gotta learn how to cook for yourselves. Learn to cook for thyself, and thou shalt eat whatever thou pleases. Thine own self, to thine own self be true. Alright, you know what? We got this boiling. We're gonna get some noodles going, and let's go. Clean out this. Get like 2 cups of water. This needs to get boiling now, right here. Let's boil that up. Get this right here boiling up. Cover that nice and perfect. Get this stirring up. We probably don't need to cover this at this point. Because everything's pretty much cooked, we're just kind of letting the vegetables cook for like a half hour or 2. It's looking good, looking delicious. And I think this is almost ready. So let's throw in our first lobster. Actually, in a minute. I don't see too much steam happening yet. It sounds like it's going, but what are we going to use for seasoning? We're going to use our, I think I have Old Bay seasoning, actually. Of course, it's all the way in the back. We're gonna use our Old Bay seasoning on our lobster. Alexa, how much time is left on a timer? Alright, I think we're moving now, so let's take a lobster. It's pretty straightforward. This lobster's already cooked. So really all I'm going to do is just throw it on top. I just want to, heat it up. But it makes it really easy when you just heat it up on the heat it up in a steamer because it's just easier that way. Alexa, set timer for 5 minutes. Alexa, how much time is left on the timer?
You have 2 timers. A 5-minute timer with 4 minutes and 44 seconds left, and a 2-hour timer with 22 minutes and 15 seconds remaining.
Alexa, how much time is left on the timer?
You have a 5-minute timer with 1 minute and 4 seconds left, and a 2-hour timer with 19 minutes and 35 seconds left.
Almost there. Alexa, off. Look at that nice big lobster. And then let's cook our next one. Our next one here. Or toss that in there too. It's right in there. What?
I'm gonna wait till I'm back.
Already till you're back? It's fresh now. I'm streaming.
Oh, you mean the lobster?
Yeah, it's cooked.
Oh, okay. Lobster juice all over myself. As soon as you're ready.
In a few minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, I just gotta.
yeah, smells like a lobster pie.
Alexa, set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes when it's started.
All right, let's separate this. So we're gonna separate these noodles. That's gonna be good. Let's do some lobster prep here. So what do we need to do to prep the lobster? I think I gotta cut the tail. Gotta take off the head, cut the tail. How can I do this? Everything's so hot right now. I'm trying to think if I could do it without burning my hands off. Oh, it's not too bad actually. Not too bad. I don't really know how to cook, what to do with a lobster head. Can we just like put it in the soup and let it cook? Does anybody know what to do with a lobster head? You can eat it, right? There's meat inside. You know what? I'll save the lobster head for myself because cat doesn't like weird stuff. Huh? lobster head. It's weird, like you won't eat it, right? So let's see, we got the lobster head, we got that. We're gonna pry open the lobster head. We need 2 bowls, soup bowls, noodles. We don't have any bowls. Now let's take a hammer now. Hammer this. Separate all the lobster legs. You know what? We're going to separate this. Oh. Pretty dang good. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice crack. Nice beautiful crack there. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at these big old lobster pieces. Amazing. Just an amazing deal. I got these if you're in California, there's a grocery store called 99 Ranch Market. They specialize in like Asian specialty foods, but you get some pretty good like seafood and meats there. One day it'd be good to figure out how to make like a mac and cheese, like a lobster mac and cheese. Because look at these pieces. Look at these amazing, amazing pieces here. Alexa, off! So we're just separating the lobster here. We want some live in Los Angeles, let me know. Work something out. Cracking the lobster, separating the lobster. Look at that, getting all these amazing little lobster pieces right there. Cat's going out, so I don't want to get, so she doesn't want to get lobster juice all over her, so I'm doing the job of making it easy so she doesn't have to get lobster juice all over her. Because otherwise we gotta smash it with a hammer. We don't have like a claw thing to like crush the claws. So we're really dependent on this hammer right here. Ooh. Let's see. Comes out this side, yeah, it comes out that side. You know, with our lobster tail, what I really want to do is I want to cut it down the center so that I could get rid of the poo. You know, rinse it off, get rid of the poo, and then cut it. So let me see if I can do that. I don't actually know if that's a thing, but it just might well be. Let's see if I can cut it down the center and just like rinse it out. Oh, no, not bad. It's only in the very front that you have all this gunk. So let's just rinse that off. let's go like that. Just cut some of this off. I don't know what these orange organs are, but I don't think they need to be in there. So we're gonna slice our lobster right here. Get some nice little chunks. There we go. We'll leave our head up there. Let's go. Lobster number 2. Here we go. Lobster number 2. Separate the tail and the head. Pretty straightforward. We're not going to bother to eat the claws, I don't think, unless somebody wants them. I'm going to leave our head for myself. That's going to be my treat. Whatever's in here, what's in here? Let's go. There's some lobster right there. Lobster meat right there. Let's clean this off, pull this claw off. Oh, look at that. Nice clean piece. Nice clean piece. Wow. Ha! It's hot. Very hot. Let's get that piece off. Where's that other claw? There we go. Smash these claws up, get our meat out. Well, I don't know what happened to the meat. It kind of just disintegrated. But we got a little piece out of there. Did I just disintegrate that meat, or is it like, am I wearing it? What happened to it? I don't know. We got a little bit of meat out of there. Alright, so getting the juices out. Let's go ahead and rip this tail up. We got to clean up the center of it. Basically want to, slice down the middle of the lobster so that we could clean out all this, like the central area where they have like, all the eggs and stuff. Get right down the center area, slice it, just rinse it off. Some people don't like this stuff. I don't mind eggs, but it's not for everybody. I get it. This a nice flared lobster tail. Cut it in a couple pieces. Our lobster, got our head right there, and let's go rinse our hands off. Cat, can you hear me? I can't hear you. You want me to fix you a bowl? That's what I want to ask, but I can't hear you. So. Alright, so how are we going to prep this? I'm going to give it to her in a... We're out of dishes. So I'm just going to give it to her in a nice container like this. So how do we prep this? Let's grab some noodles. Separate the noodles with some water here. We start with some noodles. We'll take a nice big chunk of our soup here. There's our scooper. Go like this. Get some of the good veggies, get the broth, get a couple good pieces of oxtail, one big oxtail piece. Throw the broth on there with some more veggies. Yeah. Kat, do you want lobster in your soup? So you just want it on the side? Huh? Yeah, okay. Your food's ready. Gotta get it before Pookie does. Alright, so let's look at this. So a couple little pieces of lobster. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna throw it in my soup. But she doesn't want it in her soup. But look at that, nice oxtail soup, noodle soup with a nice chunk of oxtail right there. Beautiful. Kat, your food's on the table. How am I gonna eat? I'm actually gonna eat it out of a big old pot because we don't have any more containers, any more bowls and stuff. I'm actually throwing my lobster right on top here. Throw in, let's see, 1, 2, 3 pieces. Just tossing 3 little pieces here. And that's it. So that's our oxtail noodle soup with lobster. And might paint later, but hey, take care, everybody. We're done.